What's up, Spider Friends? Welcome back to Pleeka. Today we're talking about Marvel's Spider-Man 2. So this isn't gonna be like a breakdown of the game, going like bit by bit through the whole thing. This is kind of just my thoughts. This is just a video of me talking about how much I enjoyed the game, things I didn't like, things I liked, what I think the third game might be. Maybe we'll see. But yeah, this isn't like a legit review. Just for if you were looking for that. I'm sorry. That's just not what I do. I'm sorry. Hey, did I mention I'm sorry? Um, but so Spider-Man 2, fuck, was this game fun? Just not even like thinking about the gameplay wise, just story wise, they fucking knocked it out of the park with this one. It almost makes me like I don't need another Venom movie now. I don't like I obviously I'll take it, I guess. I guess. I like Tom Hardy as Venom. I don't really care for those movies. But, like, what else are they going to do in the movies now to make Venom interesting that they didn't do in this game? You know what I mean? Gameplay-wise as well with Venom. So much fun using the symbiote. And I actually got a little sad when you loot, like, it goes away for you, and, like, now he's Venom and you gotta fight Venom. I was like, motherfucker, it was actually a lot of fun using he gets all angry and like, I'm fucking Peter Parker. And he's bashing people. It was just a lot of fun. I really enjoyed those bits. So then this was a big surprise to me. I didn't think we were gonna get this in this game. When you get the anti-Venom suit, oh my god, does that suit look good. That looks better than the black suit, I think. That anti-Venom suit might be my favorite suit in the game so far. There's a lot that are really cool, but the anti-Venom one looks really nice. But I love that you got that, because it's like, oh cool. I wondered, like, when the game's over, are you just gonna get to use the Venom abilities when it's done, or like how's that gonna work? So I think the anti-Venom suit part was a nice touch. Plus, it was really cool to see Miles and Lee kind of like not squash the beef, because he did kill his dad, but like they worked together and they helped Spider-Man, and that was fun. I enjoyed that bit too. Speaking of Miles, though, this game made me realize, which, like, I always kind of thought before from, like, some comics and Into the Spider-Verse and things like that Miles Morales is such a stronger Spider-Man than Peter Parker is. This game proves it to me. Without getting the symbiote and the Iron Spider legs and shit like that he gets, which I know this is kind of a meme online right now, but without those, Miles Morales is hands down a better Spider-Man than Peter Parker. They had to give him so many abilities just to put him on par with him. But I love it. Using everything you get to do in this game spider-wise, there's the swinging, all their abilities, the electricity bits, the Venom bits, the Iron Spider, all those are so much fun. They really made it like you do feel like you're doing those things, even though you're controlling it with a controller, you know? But like it feels so like exactly it's such a fluid movement. It just feels nice when you're going through it. But back to Miles. I love that they like this whole game was him like becoming kind of a better Spider-Man, to then at the end of the game Peter can retire and is like, actually he can kind of take over. He can do this. I could shag it up with I almost said Aunt May. Shag it up with MJ, and I could start a family, maybe just have some time to myself, and he could be Spider-Man, and that'll be really cool. I'm excited to see like if we're gonna get like another Miles game to the side, and then we'll get a big Spider-Man game after this, or if the next big Spider-Man game is just Miles, which. If you saw the end credit scene, which I hope you did, if you beat the game and didn't watch the end credit scenes, that's kind of silly. But so the first one is just Norman, and he goes and visits Doc Ock, and he's like, hey, what are the Spider-Man names? And he's like, I'm not going to tell you, but I am writing the last chapter in my book. I don't know why I made him sound like that. He doesn't sound like that. But it's basically, it kind of just teases that they might be villainous in the next game. There wasn't much. It was kind of just like, hey, remember the villain of the last game? Now Norman Osborn's kind of pissed. So what'll happen? You'll have to get the next game and find out. But this one really tickles my pickle. I really liked this one. So it kind of just seemed like stuff was going on. They were planning dinner, and I was like, oh, fuck, I kind of forgot about fucking Miles' mom is dating now. We never saw who the guy was. So he goes and opens the door, and it's his date, Haley. And they go out and have a cute moment in his bedroom. But then when they get out, you meet the guy, and you're just like, oh, who fuck's this schmo? But then he's got a daughter, Sydney. And to be completely honest, I still didn't know who that was. But I Googled it, and I was like, oh, Silk. I do know that. I just didn't know her name was Cindy. But that'll be exciting. If they add Silk to the next game, I don't know if that'll be the Miles game or the next big Spider-Man game, or if that's the same thing. But that's really cool. If they just keep adding more Spider-Man to these games, to where like eventually you could just be like any of them, what a fucking game that'll be. Like, I already thought this was the coolest you can give a Spider-Man game. If we get like an Into the Spider-Verse kind of level of video game, whew, I might never leave the house again. You know what I mean? That'll be exciting. I don't know if it'll ever get there, but that'll be cool. Let's talk about Craven a little bit. I thought they did such a phenomenal job with Craven that like I almost think they should probably cancel the movie or do some reshoots for it or something, because like there's no way. I love Aaron Taylor Johnson. I think he's great. There's no way he's gonna come even close to this Craven in his movie. There's just no way. They did such a cool. It was just so fun seeing him in this game hunt down all of Spider-Man's villains, come after him, fucking get his head eaten by Venom. That was so fun. It's pretty crazy, but I liked it. He was really fucking cool in this game. And I loved that he was like dying and Spider-Man kind of figured that out, and like he's just basically trying to find someone to kill him. I know that's like his story kind of stuff, but I thought that was just done very well. Just made it fun, unique, different than the other games, even though it's like kind of the same thing where it's like, here's the villain, here's their henchman, you kill them, get to him, boss fight. It's kind of all the same. They did a really good job of making it kind of unique a little bit with each person here or there. I also really dug that Craven kind of like kidnapped Miles, made Miles fight him just to get Spider-Man's attention, to get Spider-Man to come to him so they could fight and all that, like used it as a ploy. But yeah, I mean, they overall it did end in the big trope where it's like, oh, your bigger villain ate the head of your villain. But even though I've seen that before, I thought it was still fun when they did it in this. I have heard that they want Deadpool in the next game, which I don't know how Deadpool would fit into the story at all, especially with them doing this Norman stuff and throwing Cindy in there and things like that, like Silk. Yeah, I don't know where he would fit, but I'll be so excited if they do add Deadpool to the game. Just more heroes in this universe would kind of make sense, because like I like all the Easter eggs and all that stuff's fun. You got the Avengers Tower and you got the Sanctum Sanctorum and things like that. But none of these fucking people ever show up. Venom took over the whole fucking city and they're just sitting there like, you got this, Spider-Man. You got this, bro. They don't do shit. So I would like, even if like I don't need Captain America to be a playable character in the next game, but if he could like throw a shield and be like, I got you, Spider-Man, I got your back, and then he disappears, something would be nice, like a little acknowledgement of something, or Iron Man flies by. Something. It would even make sense to, like, because they do so many Easter eggs to the movies and shit. Throw in a little Iron Man mission. Make it like the MCU. Throw in a little Doctor Strange mission. Throw in, like, I don't know, some stuff with some DLC. I feel like that could be fun. I feel like DLC is where you can get away with some of that, to where it's like, oh, they were quickly in it. Black Panther showed up very quickly, which the Black Panther suit in the game, you can have, like, I forget what it's called. It's like Miles Forever or something like that. What a great fucking suit. I love that suit. That's one of my favorites. I don't remember a lot of the names of the suits, but I really dig the suits in the game. I was using the Andrew suits for a while. For most of the game, I used the Andrew suits. I haven't unlocked the Toby ones yet, except for Black Suit. And of course, I used Tom Holland's. I mean, what are you, crazy? But let's go into the actual story with Venom and shit like that, because I feel like I haven't talked about that at all. The whole beginning of the game, you fight Sandman. That was fucking crazy. I loved that. That was a cool way to start the game, and a cool way to kind of get you a good villain like that, and then quickly get him out of here, because not much else to do. I did like, too, that leads into having some side missions with him, and then you do have some later on with Mysterio as well that are kind of fun. I didn't do too many of those, but I did some. But yeah, you do that shit. And then eventually, a little bit of like getting through the story of getting to know people. Here's what you guys are doing. Some time has passed. Blah blah blah. Eventually, you get back. You get with Harry. You guys go on a weird little bike ride together. But then some time passes, and you guys are at a fair, and he saves you, and you see that he's got a suit. They say it's like a tech nano kind of suit thing. He doesn't know it's an alien. That was fun. I liked that. I liked hanging out with Harry and like kind of teaming up, even though like eventually he's gonna be Venom. Spider-Man doesn't, and that was real fun. I enjoyed those bits. Also, to the side a little bit, I love teaming up with Black Cat with Miles, and what was the other? There's a couple other team ups. I don't remember them all, but all the team ups were such fun to do. Even just the Spider-Man's teaming up in some missions, that's really cool. But the Harry ones I enjoyed, and it leads to like Spider-Man kind of avoiding Miles a little bit on accident. Like he's like just not thinking about him because he's thinking about Harry, and it's funny because like the whole beginning of the game is you teaming up with Miles, and it's like so much fun. You're like, what a great pair, and then you guys just slowly kind of separate the other story and do your own things. He's looking for Lee, you're helping Harry, all these and then at the end, Miles just has to save your ass so much, basically, with Venom. Like, without Miles, Peter would have been fucked at the end. But I really liked that. Then they even bring it up like, oh, you were just jealous when you made him take off the black suit in the woods or whatever. Like Venom yells that to him. I really dug all that stuff. It was really, really fun. But yeah, I know I left a lot out with that's my recap of the story there. But yeah, he's got Venom stuff. Spider-Man gets it for a long time, gets really angry. He then starts being a dick to everybody so much more. And then by the end, Miles saves him, gets it out of him. They fight Venom. Bada bing, bada boom. The story's over. It did go by kind of quick. I felt it was like, to me, it felt shorter than the previous game, but I didn't do any research. I have no idea if it was or not. It felt pretty quick. I beat it in like 2 to 3 days, I think. I don't remember how long the last one took me, but this just felt shorter. Now, some things I didn't like. One is, even though it was a story bit and I did like it, when Spider-Man or Peter gets the black suit, the symbiote on him, you kind of get a lot less to do with Miles, and I wanted to do a lot more with Miles, but then I did like how, like, every time Miles would call, he'd be like, I'm busy, I'm doing Spider-Man things, and then he'd be like, okay, bro, sorry, I'll call you later, dude. And then, like, he would move on, and then by the end, I kind of played it in the story. So that was fun, but I did kind of wish I could have done more Miles stuff with that. It kind of felt, this was way more of a Peter game, and it makes sense for the end because he retires and leaves it off to Miles, like I said, but I don't know, that was my one critique. And then another thing is that there was a couple bugs. There's a couple times in boss fights where it's like, hit these buttons together to do a thing, and then it just doesn't work, and I have to restart the checkpoint is the only way to make the button work. That happened like 3 or 4 times, which was kind of annoying, but that wasn't even that big of a deal. That was the only glitch I ran into. I don't even know what the other glitches were, if people had any. That was my only kind of critiques for the game, is that I wanted a little bit more to do with Miles, and sometimes the buttons didn't work, but that was it. Other than that, I always enjoyed myself playing this game. It was a lot of fun. In fact, I am going to try to go back and unlock all the costumes and extras like that. I don't do that all the time with games. There's only very few that I do that with, but I want to get everything in this. I did that in the last game. I'd like to do that with this too. I have heard it's extremely easy in this game to get all the trophies and everything. I think that's kind of a meme online too, which I'll take it, dude. I'll take an easy one. I know this video was all over the place, but whatever. Oh, I didn't mention this with Venom, but the fucking Venom wings. How dope was that shit when you're fighting him at the end and he grows out his Venom wings and he's flying all over the place. He brings you to Miles and MJ and the thing. That was really fun. I love seeing that shit. And then when it gets all evil, that's just like him destroying the city. It looked so nice. This game looked mwah. So good. One last thing I want to bring up so I don't forget it is the MJ missions. I know that was a whole big thing in the first game. I thought they were pretty fucking fun in this game. There's only like 3, maybe 4 of them to do. And they were very Last of Us-y. It seems like so much. They were just like, make MJ like Last of Us and people will like it, okay? You're throwing fucking rocks to distract people. You got a little pistol. You're sneaking around. It's like kind of, especially at the end with you, there's like Venom creatures that you're doing it with. But I really dug those. I thought that was really cool because they were kind of lame in the last game. I gotta admit, it was like sneaking around and grabbing shit, and you couldn't really do much. But this one, she's got a little gun. That saved it. It turned it into like a FPS mission. Alright, well I think that's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. Check out some other videos we got here on the channel. And I'll catch you guys next time I play a video game, probably Alan Wake 2. I'll probably do a video on that, but I don't know, maybe. But yeah, see you guys next time.